people worry about having access to their data. They're worried about giving up that control and access, and really they don't need to fear that with our solution. They have access to query the database if they want to. They get full backups on a regular basis. I'm Jim White, Vice President of SaaS Migration at Accela, and I'm primarily focused on helping our on-premise customers upgrade to the cloud. I work directly with the customers. I tend to be very hands-on with our migration projects, really throughout the whole project lifecycle. Yeah, Accela's been offering hosted solutions for quite some time, but it's really in the last couple of years that we've revamped our infrastructure and moved to Azure and really put forth a proper SaaS offering into the market. So we're pretty excited about the new Azurebased platform and what it can do for our customers. I really recommend that customers take a look at our current SaaS offering. The platform itself is really robust. I'd appreciate the opportunity to come out and just do a quick assessment with them, look at what they have, and then we can plan out a strategy to move that current implementation to the cloud. A lot of times it's not as challenging as customers think it's going to be. After moving to SaaS, our customers are seeing a pretty broad array of benefits on the platform. Security is a big one. Certainly the security and compliance piece of it, especially being built on the Azure platform, but also using SSO. There's security improvements there, but there's also a benefit in terms of the user experience and having that seamless sign-in experience for the end users. And a lot of customers are using the transition to the cloud to roll out Accela Mobile to their inspectors in the field, and that's working really well for folks. GIS is another area where we often see some improvements and enhancements done in conjunction with the move to SaaS. There's some nice new features in the newer versions of the product that customers are taking advantage of with their GIS integrations and maps. Customers are going to take the advantage of not having to maintain their current infrastructure and perform regular updates on their Accela implementation themselves, right? I mean, performing an Accela upgrade in an on-premise environment is a fairly resource-intensive and time-consuming process. So by moving to SaaS and shifting that burden onto Accela, customers can really free up a lot of valuable resources to put towards other more value-add activities. In terms of how we structure a migration, there's essentially 5 steps. So first we come in and we do an analysis, look at what's in the current implementation, understand the scope of what's there, take a close look at the interfaces, the reports, any database configurations that have been done, and any customizations to the citizen portal. Once we really understand that project scope, then we move into the remediation phase, and that's really where we're essentially doing the work, so to speak, of addressing any of those things that we uncovered in the analysis phase, refactoring code and getting it ready to move to the cloud. Once that's complete, we'll do a full migration into a non-production environment, get that set up and deployed and prepared to support full system testing. Then we go into the test phase itself. We'll have end users come in, test the system, validate it, really run everything through the processes end to end and make sure everything looks good. And then we'll move into the deployment phase where we'll plan out the go live and then ultimately execute that plan. Typically that takes place just over a weekend to minimize the impact to business activity. Typically a migration process takes anywhere from about 4 to 7 months. We have had some projects executed under 4 months where a customer is very focused and the implementation wasn't terribly complex. If someone was a little bit averse to moving to SaaS, I think the first thing I would tell them is that, make sure that you understand kind of where SaaS is today versus maybe where it was a few years ago. I think we've come a long way with SaaS in general, and especially with Accela SaaS in particular, in terms of improving our service offering, improving your access to your data, the ability to manage the platform and customize things. With our upgrade program, we can help address a lot of those concerns and really give customers a relatively easy and quick path to the cloud.